my channel, and today I wanted to talk about it's a topic that not a lot of people are gonna like or agree with. A lot of people are probably gonna hate for what I'm about to say and things like that, but I feel like it needs to be talked about, especially since it's Pride Month, and a lot of people I've seen are making videos about, oh, well, companies are not changing their Pride Month, their profile pictures for Pride Month anymore, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And I want to bring awareness to why people are not celebrating Pride Month anymore, why people don't care for it, and why people are, as well, not only that, but outside of Pride Month, want to get rid of LGBTQ people. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, I have a huge announcement coming up at the end of this video, so you might want to stay tuned till the end of the video to hear that announcement. So the LGBTQ community started with the gays, the bi, and gays includes lesbian too, okay? So the gays and the bis, right? And it started with protests, very obviously, and that's where Pride comes from. Pride Month comes from those protests, from people used to make June this time where they would do huge protests saying that, the gays should be allowed to, get married and have the same rights as straight people. And then trans people included themselves in there. They wanted, their rights and be able to do, gender affirming care and all that. Obviously, for people over the age of 18, let's be very honest, people under the age of 18 shouldn't be doing that stuff. They should not. But yes, they were trying to, bring awareness to that. And that's basically what it was. It was awareness. It also, with the fact that, gay people did end up getting their the rights to get married and stuff like that, to adopt. That was another thing too, for gay people to be able to adopt and stuff like that, have kids together and be both the parents. So once that became a thing, the laws had changed for them, Pride became more a remembrance, kind of like Black History Month or Women's History Month. It became this thing of, we are remembering the people before us who fought for our rights that we have today, and also the things that we still need to fight for. And you good? Did you fart again? I'm just gonna not smell anymore.
Oh, it's in my mouth.
Your burp or your fart?
I just smelled it again.
I need a fan to keep it in your area.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm just not gonna smell. Anyways, so it was, and to remember where we still need to go. It was family friendly. People are still trying to promote it as today, right? It was a way to educate, kids. It was a great time to educate kids that, families come in all different shapes and sizes. Some people don't have moms or dads. Some people are raised by their grandparents. Some people have two moms, some people have two dads, and it's okay. It is okay. It is normal, right? That's basically as where it stopped. And it was family friendly. It was fun. It was exciting. People would gather in the streets and they would bring their little flags, whatever. It was happy. It was great, right? It stopped there. That's pretty much what it was. There's usually maybe food vendors or whatever. It was just a little parade. That's it. It was beautiful. It was cute. But over the years, people kind of made it this bigger thing, right? Where it was this whole thing, Target and Walmart and whatever would come out with these ugly Pride collections, and companies would show, oh, we care about you guys, so we're just gonna change our profile picture with rainbow colors and stuff like that, right? And then these celebrities would do these endorsements, and they would be like, oh my god, guys, welcome, I'm the celebrity from blah, 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 and I support Pride Month or whatever, right? So all of these things would happen, and it became and it became this whole thing where, you know, they would bring these kids to these pride parades, these pride events, and there would be dildo ring toss, and there would be these people, men mostly, half naked, not wearing any clothes, and we would all celebrate that. We'd go, yay! This is exciting! This is what pride is about! And then Trump and company decided, hey, no, we don't support this anymore. Because Trump, believe it or not, I don't like him, by the way, but Trump, believe it or not, did support queer people before. He supported the community. It was Gays for Trump or something like that. And he had like this like little the rainbow flag, right? This is 2016 Trump. Trump does not want to support that anymore. And I don't blame him, because I don't want to either. And I'm a lesbian. I don't want to either, because it's become this whole thing that is inappropriate. You guys are making it this whole kids thing. You want to do dildo ring toss? Do it in your own little fucking backyard. Or go to a fucking strip club for gays and do it there. Don't do it in an environment where it's in the middle of fucking downtown and there are kids there. You don't do that. And then you don't bring that into an event and then like, okay, sorry, mid fucking rant, like always. My phone decided it was full, and it's probably gonna do it again. So just be ready for that. But anyways, as I was saying, nobody wants to be associated with this community anymore. It's become too much. There's too much. Everybody's a part of this community at this point. This community is doing too much, and this community is inappropriate. It is indoctrinating children. It is putting children in sexual situations that they should not be in, like the dildos. And there's just too much going on that's just inappropriate, and people don't want to be part of it. I'm not saying there are no, and I'm not saying there's no right-wing people on the right, conservatives who, you know, aren't gonna be no matter what against the community. But a lot of these people, we've given them a reason to be against the community. And yes, I am saying a collective we, because everybody who is in the community does in a way have a responsibility in this, because nobody's speaking up. Everybody's just letting it happen. Everybody is just not saying a word because people are afraid to, be called bigots or be called homophobic or transphobic or whatever other fucking phobic there is, which I don't like that word, saying that people are homophobic, whatever, because it's not a phobia. You're not afraid. It's not being afraid of something. People are not afraid of the community. People just don't necessarily like gay people or whatever. So gay people themselves, though, who do want to speak up about it and do see the wrong, a lot of them don't, because they are afraid to be called those things, and they don't want to be called those things for rightful reasons. And it's sad that people are afraid to speak up, because this should be common knowledge. It should be common knowledge that we shouldn't be, that pride shouldn't be about, Pride Month shouldn't be about dildos and being half naked and this bunch of shit. It should be, remembering the lesbians who sat by the side of gay men and while they were dying of AIDS, the men who died of AIDS, gay men who died of AIDS, the women and men who for years and years got forced into these conversion therapies and had to marry people that they did not like because they were gay. People who, died for what they believe. People who are currently in countries where if they come out of the closet, they will get killed, especially the Middle East. I'm talking especially about in the Middle East, guys. So, it's about that. And it's not about dildos. It's not, oh my God, people who are into BDSM in the community, in the LGBT community, will wear their fucking BDSM outfits to pride parades in front of children. That too is completely wrong. It's this whole thing. And it's not just that. People are adding these things like pansexual, omnisexual, all these other things, when at the end of the day, it's all bisexual. Why are we adding these extra labels? It's bisexual. We added that because we want to be accepting of non-binary people and gender fluid people, which they exist. I'm not saying they don't exist. But your sexuality has nothing to do with someone's gender. Gender is a man-made construct. It has nothing to do with gender. I am a lesbian, and I could still date someone who's a trans man. I could still date someone who is non-binary or gender fluid. That doesn't make me bi or omnisexual or whatever you want to call me because I'm gonna date these other people. No, I'm still lesbian because I'm attracted to people who are born female at birth. That's who I am. I'm not, I'm not gonna start saying that I'm like, what would they say? Omnisexual? Like, I don't know. I don't know what they would call me. I'm not that because I don't count those genders. The genders doesn't matter. It's what they have down there. And same thing for a gay man. Don't mind my hair. I just showered and washed my hair, but I just removed 2 clips. I mean, you saw the other one ended abruptly. And then this one. Okay, so I started saying things like people's down there parts and saying, oh, like that a lesbian likes, girls down there part and like anyways, I thought it was a little bit too vulgar and I was kind of like, is this gonna affect my future? Is me saying this on the internet gonna affect my future, right? I was doing that kind of thinking because you should always think before you post something. And I kind of concluded maybe this might affect, especially since I might get into politics eventually. And if I do, it will 100% affect my future. So I was like, okay, whoa, we're going to tone it down. Basically, I'm saying female and male anatomy. A lesbian likes female anatomy and a gay man likes male anatomy. And anatomy comes with your sex, what you're born with at birth. So that's basically what I was getting at. And I hope that this PG-13 version of it makes sense. I'm not too sure if it makes sense, but that's essentially what I was saying. But a little bit more vulgar and a little bit more life-ruining for me. Right? They're gay. And someone who is like, I don't give a flying fuck if you are a woman or a man. They are bisexual. Now, the whole transgender thing, I'm including gender fluid people and all that, those, that is more of a preference. It's just a preference. Kind of like, I prefer girls with blonde hair, right? Or I prefer guys with buzz cuts, right? Those are preferences. It has nothing to do with your sexuality because gender is not real. It is a man-made construct. And again, me saying gender is not real is not me saying that, that gender is that people are not allowed to be gender fluid. If someone tells me their pronouns are they, them, I will respect that by all means, but it's not real. You weren't born and the doctor said, if they're born, you had a beautiful baby non-binary. That's not how it works. You're either a woman or a man. Female or male. That's who you are born as. That's what people are attracted to. When it comes to, again, gender, that whole thing, gender, by the way, gender and sex are 2 different things. The only reason we call a gender reveal is because a sex reveal does not sound as appealing. Sex reveal sounds weird. We need to find a new name for the word sex because sex and sex are really, it's weird.
Genitalia reveal.
That sounds even worse. We should know, but I'm talking about sex itself, like the idea of like your your genitalia, like the sex of someone, that we need a new name for that, or the sex, like having sex, that word should either change. One of the two needs to change, because I don't know.
I don't say I'm being freaky, I say I'm being silly.
Okay.
What do you think? Is that good?
That's great.
Awesome.
Wow. Yeah. Anyways, the video's not about the word sex. But anyways, yeah, the English language is weird sometimes. But yeah, gender was man-made. So I also hate people who are like against trans people, and then they'll start bringing up gender. They're like, there's the two genders are male and female. It's like, that's actually not true, because gender is man-made. So I don't know what to tell you, but if it's man-made, I mean, it can be anything at that point, because it's man-made. But anyways, the point is attraction is not based off of, you know, genders. It's off of sex, and then genders becomes just a preference. So anyways, but where I was getting at that is people are thinking it's a bit too much, and I agree. It is becoming a little bit too much, too broad, too much. It's too much. Basically what I'm getting, the underlying reason why people do not celebrate Pride Month anymore, a lot of people are turning against the community, and a lot of people are ashamed to be part of this community, is because it has become too much. That's it. It's that simple. It is too much, too sexualized, too... Just let people be. We just need to say people need to be people. You know, two moms should be allowed to be two moms and get married and do their thing. You know, two dads, whatever, right? If Jeremy want to become Jessica, that's okay, right? What?
Jeremy.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry. My best friend was leaving. She had to go home. But yeah, I'm not homophobic. I'm not transphobic, whatever you want to call me. I'm not saying this in a mean way. I'm not trying to, you know, I'm trying to wake the community up. And again, okay, I'm not saying that there's never going to be people who are against the community. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying that a lot of people are only against it because it's become too much. It's become too much. And I mean, maybe I'm not saying certain things in the right way. I'm not good at explaining myself. So it's just, I might not be explaining myself in the right way, because I'm not, oh, there is a fly in here. She was telling me that there was a fly or something, and I didn't believe her. Ah, it's over there on the wall. Or it's a mosquito. I don't know. Does it matter? Probably not. Anyways, this video is starting to get long, so I'm going to start shortening it here. But again, I might not be saying this in the right way. Oh, my phone's at 10%. I might not be saying this in the right way or in the right tone. So if it sounds really mean, that's not the way I wanted it to, you know, come across. Like tonight, I was trying to say something about my future plans, and it sounded really bad. Like, it sounded really, really bad. And my mom had to re-explain to family that it's not how I meant it. It's just, I'm really bad at explaining myself sometimes. So I apologize if this came off as mean. But I do think the community needs to tone it down a bit. We need to put our clothes back on. We need to get rid of the dildos. We need to stop putting on BDSM outfits. And we need to remember how far we've come from, and how much we still have to go. Like, how much there still is, like what there still is to do. We need to bring advocacy for countries where it's still illegal, like especially in the Middle East, right? And we need to, Africa, I think, has a lot of issues too with that. There's issues everywhere, right? There's issues everywhere. No country is perfect, and no continent is perfect. Nowhere is perfect, and we need to bring awareness to that, and we need to tone it down in the community. We don't need 1,000 billion labels. I think a few labels is good enough. We gotta remember that gender and sex is not the same thing, especially for those people who are against the trans community trying to make a point. They're making no point because they're already wrong from the start, right? We need to bring, these advocacy. Kids need to be brought out of it. With kids do not need to see dildos and stuff. Once the dildos and shit like that is removed, I don't have any problems saying that a pride parade or whatever is just child friendly. Pride parade is child friendly. Now, if you're doing a protest, it's not as child friendly. I don't really believe in bringing kids to protest, but that's a whole other video. But yeah, that's basically what I want to say. I hope it didn't come off too bad. If someone gets what I'm saying, if you want to try to re-explain in the comments in a nicer way, that would be highly appreciated, because I'm not always the best at explaining these kinds of things. But yeah, I don't know how to how to segue into this, but for my announcement, so summer is coming and I wanted to announce my new summer schedule. And so basically I'm doing exactly like last year. It worked really well. I actually was really good at keeping up with it. So I thought I would do it again. Not this week, but next week, I'm going to start my summer schedule. I'm going to post every single day except on Wednesdays. So stay tuned for some exciting videos coming up. I have a lot of vlogs though, because I haven't been posting all that much because these schools been kicking my butt, guys. I don't know how it's going to go next year when I start university. We're going to have to see how YouTube's going to go. But it's been kicking my butt, and it's been a bit hard. So I have a lot of vlogs coming up. So bear with me while those vlogs come. But then after that, it's going to be a lot of fun content. I'm super excited. We have a lot of cleaning videos coming. I'm trying to reorganize my entire house. And we're going to do a lot to my room. So a room tour hopefully will come at the end of the summer. Super excited. So anyways, I'm super excited, and that was my announcement. I'm so excited for you guys, and so excited for all the new content and everything like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope this video did not come off too mean, and if it did, I do apologize. I did not want it to come off as mean. I just wanted to bring awareness to a certain situation and how the community is right now. This is not my first time, though, voicing up about the community and how we've strayed away a little too far. We've gone a little too far. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye!